back. Titan Woodworks. Got a kind of a treat for you. This is a lesson that I teach for my Woods Level 1 students. And if you're in my class, this is what you're going to be going through this first semester here. It involves using most of the major woodworking tools in the shop. It involves some joinery, simple joinery, miters, and we do a little inlay project on it. And it progresses as you go through. So you teach a tool, you do the safety on it, and then you do one of the steps to build this project. And I've always loved boxes, and boxes they're a great gift. Everybody's got stuff, you get home and you empty your pockets, and instead of just throwing the stuff on the dresser, put it in a box. And why not a box you built? The other thing is man, if you wrap this up and it was something that you did with these hands of yours, there's a little bit of pride in that for the student. And then when they're able to give it away, they really see the value in making a project and being able to work with wood. So without any more delay, I'll kind of show you these box projects, and we can also kind of let the kids be creative. You're going to give them some material, but yet they can make changes on their own and individualize those, so the project is 100% theirs. So this is what we have come up with. This is just a small collection of the boxes that we've done over the semester. These are examples. So we've done hundreds of them, literally, because we've done these for the past 3 years. Maybe not hundreds, but a lot. And about an 80% success rate, I think, for most of these. The other kids, they're all successful. They all take a box home, but they might have had a miter that didn't line up right, or one of the sizes was just a little wrong. I mean, it's Woods 1. These kids are brand new at this stuff. Some of them, they've never even picked up a hammer or even cut a piece of wood. So we got to start them off simple and build them up. So the versatility in the box is we start off with one big length of wood, and then we create everything ahead of time before we glue this box together. A lot of kids think that you make the box and then you do all the cool stuff on it later, but really it's a lot easier to get all the cool stuff ready to go, then cut the box down to size, and then glue it into the shape that you see here. So just for some examples, now you school teachers, you know that if you're going to do a project, it's best to have an example. So school teachers should set the bar just a little higher than where you think the kids can get, because then they're always shooting for that. So I grabbed a piece of African mahogany for my first example and built a basic box out of the mahogany, put a nice handle on it, and then I even went real crazy and put some glitter flocking inside the box, so it'd be pretty for a lady friend or somebody who likes twinkly stuff. And so there's a little surprise in the box when you open it. And the kids can do that too. They get ahead of schedule, they're done. Then before they do their glue ups, you can show them that process and they can get that done, glue it up, and it's already perfect and inside. So these other ones are student examples that were done last semester. Lids can be totally creative. The sizes of the lids obviously have to fit in the box. We rabbet the box on the inside, and it's a simple joint. We don't have to do that, but I just show them how if you rabbet the lid to fit in the box, it's a good way to keep the lid on. And so we go through that process with them as well. The inlay can either be on the bottom or the top. This student decided to do his out of pine. No problem. Turned out just great. Pretty rustic looking box, and got a good grade on it. Good fit. The lids can be, like I said, you can get creative with the lids. You can do a routed profile. This one, we ran it over the table saw with about a 20-degree angle on the blade and cut these corners off, beveled it, and then the student just wanted a nice curved top. So he worked at planing it a little bit and then sanding it and got a nice, just a gentle curved dome top for the lid. Looks cool. But the creative side comes with the students is the inlay. Super easy. We got tons of 1/8 inch thick hardboard masonite. you cut these little strips, you cut them 1/4 inch wide. They're exactly the thickness of a saw blade. They're 1/8 of an inch. So the easy part is you have them run 2 grooves in the side of this thing, the whole continuous length of the box before they cut it down. And then they glue these strips in, and basically they've done a real simple inlay. Cool thing about those is they can pre-paint them. This kid got a little wild and wanted to do purple. Okay. This student liked Western red cedar with just the plain masonite. It takes a finish nice, looks nice and dark, like almost like a walnut strip. This student wanted poplar and Hulk green. Hulk! Right on. This is German beech with just the plain masonite strips in it. This is an alder that the student had stained, and the inlays, of course. Cherry wood. Cherry wood looks nice. You're not using a lot of material either. It's really only just a little over a board foot of material that you're going to use for the students. And this one here is another alder piece with regular masonite. And this was what I had left over when I cut my strip. I designed this with some forgiveness. So if a student goofs up a miter, you have a little extra. Always do that, because these are new woodworkers. You guys are all new woodworkers that are going to be doing this project for me, and I expect that. We're going to make some mistakes. It's okay. We built that in, so if you do goof up on one, you got a second chance. Don't goof up on a long side, because then all of a sudden your box is going to get a lot smaller. But it's still going to be a box. So they can go over the top. I built another box as a gift, and I like the size of these boxes. Everybody that I've given these to loves the size of them, the looks. And I built one a little while ago that I really wanted to see what cool things I could do. So I did a real interesting leg base. That's super simple, and I'll make a series on how to do these feet. They're all in one. It's all attached to that same side. But there's a way you do that that makes it real easy, but yet it looks really elegant. Nice curves. I did the grooves on the bottom and just left them out for some shadow on this one, and then put some upholstery tacks on the corners of the box to give it kind of a cool, bold look, and then some upholstery tacks on the top of the lid. And then the coupe de gras, or however you say that in that other language. This is a deer antler. And I cut it off with an antler that I'd found, sanded it to look like a curved bone, and then I even put 2 shell casings as the pillars for the handle. So, and ooh la la, there's red flopping inside the box. So, pretty proud of that box. That turned out pretty awesome. But you could just make these all day long if this was a project you wanted to do. You could knock out a bunch of those in a day, and you could start a craft business just making keepsake boxes. So for those of you just watching this for picking up how to do the box, great, welcome. For those of you that are my students, we're going to take you through this in a series of steps. This is just the introduction. The next video, click on it, and we're going to get started with selecting your material, cutting it down. I'm going to do these in a series because I don't want to kill you with a full hour of making a box when a lot of people are doing the quick action stuff, and they can build a box in like 30 seconds. Well, I'm not quite there yet with my tech, so we're just going to do this in some series, 7 to 10 minutes, and then you can click on the next one if you want to, or go do that step and then come back and click on the next series, soak it up, and do that next step. So if you're curious about building a box, and if you're a student, if you're a teacher in another school, this is a great project. The kids will love it, and even for adults. It's a project you can do in your garage if you have a table saw. You don't necessarily need a planer, but a table saw and a miter saw, and you can do these boxes right in your garage at home. So come back to me next time on part number 1 of keepsake box, and I'll show you how to get started. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon.